Back in a different angle because I have a puppy next to me. I just want to do a quick book haul. I did say that I was on a book haul, a book buying ban until I went to ALA, and that is still true. I'm going to ALA on Friday, but I met up with my friends, so I broke my book buying ban a little bit early. I didn't buy everything just because I don't know what ALA is going to look like, but for the most part, I didn't buy books other than pre-orders and my book boxes. Sorry, she's nipping at my shoe and she knows better. But I did get a couple of things. Like, I did get a couple of pre-orders in. I went book shopping yesterday. And yeah, I just want to share that stuff with you. So I'm going to go through my books, try to quiet my puppy, and I will see you guys when I'm ready for my next clip. It was distracting me, but I did want to say that I went up picking up a couple of contemporary books from just pre-orders because they never come in my book boxes. Owlet Crate never does it, and none of the other book boxes I get focus on contemporary, and I tend to read a lot of contemporary in the summer. So I picked up Melt With You by Jennifer Dugan. This is the girl that wrote Hot Dog Girl and Some Girls Do. Also Verona Comics, which I also really enjoyed. But this Verona Comics is much darker than these. This is like a lighthearted contemporary, and this is, I think, either bisexual or lesbian rap. But these two girls, they wind up, their former flames. They have to reconnect because they're working on their mom's ice cream truck, and I feel like they have to move across the country or go across the country to like sell ice cream together. And I think hilarity, drama, and maybe rekindled romance will ensue. You don't get a lot of second chance romances, so this one I'm really excited for. Also, I picked up a copy of See You Yesterday by Jennifer Lynn Solomon. This is the author that wrote Today, Tonight, Tomorrow. Very similar cover, but this is like a groundhog themed. And it's also in like college. So like she gets stuck in a Groundhog Day with like this boy she meets in her Physics 101 class. And they get stuck for a Groundhog Day situation, which I'm really excited about. If you don't know anything about me, one of my favorite sports is gymnastics. So this is it's All in How You Fall by Sarah Henning, and this is a gymnastic based read. Her name is Caroline, and she learns that she's never going to make the Olympics because she has chronic back pain, and then she kind of exists Alex, a 3-sports athlete, to sort of give him a crash course in trying new things, and I think they wind up falling in love. So I'm really excited. It's not an Olympic year, but I'm really excited to read this. I'm actually on a blog tour for this, so I do have to read it soon. And I also picked up a copy of Places We Never Been by Casey West, and I think this is another like road trip book. So yeah. But it reminds me a little bit of Melt With You, but I'm really excited and hope that I get to read it soon. I don't think I'm on a blog tour for that one, but I am on a blog tour for the other two. So I'm going to get into the other books that I got, and then we will chat about the ones I bought. I got like for pre-orders and stuff, so we'll talk about those next. I also picked up a couple of copies of Book of Night because I was supposed to go to a signing. I didn't go to the signing, but I still got the book, and then I got my Fairy Loot book. So, same book. I haven't heard a lot about this. I really haven't been paying that close of attention to it, but hopefully I like it when I get around to reading it. I also picked up Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which everyone has been talking about. I think I'm going to do a Emily Henry reading vlog at some point this summer. Because I have all 3 of her books that I've never picked up, and people have really enjoyed them. I really did like her young adult books. I think I was in the minority there, but I'm excited to pick up this one as well. I also think Asian American Histories of the United States, which this is one that I'm very interested in reading because I don't know enough about Asian American culture, so I'm hopefully to pick this up at some point, maybe in the mornings when I'm home this summer, and just try to learn a little bit more about it because I don't really know a lot. This is the other Amanda Quick book that I said. It's called Wicked Widow, and it's sort of a mystery thriller. She hasn't written a lot of mystery thrillers like lately. She's written a lot of like just like romances, but I love when historicals include a mystery element, so really hope I get around to this soon. I also did a Kickstarter when Brandon Sanderson was kickstarting a bunch of stuff. I saw this one and I just thought it was cute. It's called Pestilence and Pumpkin Spice by Suzanne Harden, and I think it has to do with like the apocalypse. So hopefully I get around to reading this soon. It looked cute, and it was a very, very cheap Kickstarter. So I also did get a literally, I won a contest, so there's nothing more Hawthorne than winning, and then it just gives you like a sneak peek of the book that comes out in September. And I also got 2 copies of The Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abduella. My other one is still in its box, but this is an adult book that I have wanted to read. I just didn't get around to it yet. So I need to get really, really better at knowing what the Fairy Loot book is before I buy anything, because I have 3 copies of all the books, and that's a no-no. I don't like to waste money. So, and obviously the Fairy Loots are a lot more pretty, so I have to get a little bit better about that. But let me go show you the books that I picked up yesterday when I was with my friends, and I'll see you guys for that clip. A arc of Sarah Trumbotan's Guide to Vampire Hunting by Roseanne A. Brown. This is from the Rick Riordan Presents series. It comes out in September. I think it's going to be a perfect Halloween read, and it's a middle grade debut with a preteen vampire slayer and a strong helping of Gaian folklore. I love the Rick Riordan Presents series really, really much. So, I also did a little bit of book buying. I picked up You've Reached Sam by Justin Thau. This I heard is about a girl named, I've heard it's very, very good. I've heard people really, really enjoyed it. And it's called Julian Clark. And her boyfriend goes to college in the city, and I think he dies unexpectedly, and she like doesn't go to his funeral. She just miraculously calls his phone one day hoping to like leave a message and get some closure, but he answers the phone, and she knows it's not going to be for a long amount of time, but she's kind of using this to sort of process her grief. I'm sure it's going to be an emotional novel, but I like the concept, so hopefully I get to read it soon. I also just picked up Arrivals by Catherine McPhee. I did not even know this was coming out, but I just read The Inheritance, the novella. And this is Life Along with the Queen being just on the throne for the American everything's about to change. Relationships will be tested, strangers will become friends, and rabbis will become allies. No, it's with mommy. And yeah, I really did like the first 2 books in the series, so I'm curious like what this book is. I think she goes on a royal tour, and I think some drama happens. I also just picked up El Deafo by C.C. Bell. This is a graphic memoir about her time as a deaf student in the public school system, and as I'm like literally have like 30 pages left, but as someone that did struggle a lot with learning disabilities when I was a kid, I really related to her story in a lot of ways. So, and I also love the superhero elements. It's a very, very easy graphic novel, so if you're trying to get someone into reading graphic novels, this one would be a nice start. But it also talks a lot about friendship and dynamics and school and stuff like that. Really, really good for middle school or late elementary if you're going to help them read it. I also picked up a copy of A Cruel and Fated Light by Ashley Shuttleworth. This is the second book in the Dark and Hollow Stars series. I don't think this one's signed. Yeah, it's not. But I really did like the first book, and I read it last summer, so hopefully I will get around to reading it. I also picked up an arc, well, my friend gave me her arc of The Bones of Rune by Sarah Raleigh. I've tried to read this like 4 different times, but I figure if I have a physical copy, I will get to read it sooner, and it's about a African tightrope dancer in Victoria, London, who cannot die, and I think she gets kind of embroiled in a mystery. And the last book that I bought for a potential reading prompt is Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. This one just sounds cute. It's a plus-size main character. It has to do with Comic-Con. It has to do with fandom and culture, and I'm really excited for it, so hopefully I'll get around to reading it soon. So yeah, those are all the books that I picked up before ALA. I'm going to probably do a massive ALA haul when I come home. I'm also going to Aruba next week, so it will have to be a quick haul, but I do want to show you guys what I got. If we get anything, I don't know what ALA is going to be like this year, but I wanted to do a quick book haul before that. I'm probably going to like organize my books when I come home and do like a big clean out and stuff like that, so stay tuned for that. But I hope you guys are staying safe and being well, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye, friends.